Hey, this is Ash for another funnel review. We're going to look at the six-figure wholesaler method book from Brian Haskins. So some of the things we're going to talk about here is the headline, the CTA, what to do, what not to do, um, and then what to do on testimonials. There's some key areas in this specific sales page that the testimonials really need an upgrade on. And then we're going to look at some of the tactics like Eugene Schwartz used, the fascinations and stuff like that. So let's just get right into it. Um, First, here's the sales page. We're just going to do a quick overview, and then I want to show you the ad that brought me to this sales page. Okay, so this is it. I'm just going to go through it slowly. You can get a good look at it, what we're talking about here. Um, it's a pretty decent sized page, not too long, not too short. Got some good before and after things there. Get some good graphics. I got the testimonials. Um, I found there might be some overuse of copy and some redundant copy and more testimonials. Um, so that's the page we're going to look at today. So let's take a look. Let's just go to the top, and then we're going to take a look at the ad that got us to this page. So this is the Facebook ad. I'm going to put on my glasses because this is some fine small writing we got here, and I'm going to blow it up for you. Um, okay, so first we're going to look at this is what I first see when we get the Facebook. So it's a video ad, and I can't show you the video because of Facebook restrictions. But we're just going to look at the copy, the print copy. So Brian Haskins, real estate investing, he's selling to wholesalers. Um, so right there, and so just for people who don't know, real estate, there's a lot of different things you can get into when it comes to real estate investing. There's wholesaling, there's flipping houses, there's multifamily, rental units where you maybe buy a 4 unit house or maybe an apartment building, so it's multifamily. And then there's single family rentals where it's just one house and you rent it to one family. And then there's a bunch of other things, but those are the things that I see most common. And so wholesaling is just it's kind of a complex way of investing in real estate in which you really don't really own real estate. You're just kind of finding a buyer and a seller and you're bringing them together, and then you you profit off of maybe the difference or whatever the money you get. So so this is okay. So let's look at the ad. So they're going after wholesalers. So what I like about it right now, right off the bat, is he states wholesalers. So if you don't know what this means, just bypass the ad. And if you bypass the ad, then he's not going to pay. He's not going to pay a fee on on um, on your click because it's not relevant to you. So right there, it's really good. I like what he's doing a lot. I can't even tell you how many people don't do this. And sometimes there are restrictions in Facebook where you can't call out your customer. Like you can't say, "Hey, all fat people, we got a great diet program for you." So, um, and then certain other restrictions like that. So, um, but in this case, um, he's able to do it, and he's just making it really simple. Wholesalers. So wholesalers. Okay, so let's just read the ad. Wholesalers. What I'm about to show you in my book is the unbridled truth about the most straightforward way to grow a wholesaling business. Okay, so he's already pointing out what he's kind of showing you, like the book. He's got a book. Let me see, show you in my book right there. And so, and then for the wholesaling business, so you already know that this what he's pitching. He's pitching a book, and then for who it is for the wholesalers, and what are you going to get out of it? You're going to grow your wholesaling business. So this is kind of sums it up very nicely. Some people get into kind of more involved or complex ads, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. This one looked pretty good. My only caution on this first line, we're going to go through the other lines, but is the unbridled truth. you got to be careful about using words that are not universally known. I mean, you got to write on like a fifth grade, sixth grade level. And so, unbridled truth, I don't think everybody's going to be familiar with that. I don't even know the exact definition. I think it's maybe the unvarnished truth. I haven't looked up the definition, but the but what in this case I would just say the unbelievable truth, or something along those lines, or the transparent truth, or something along those lines, if that's what you want to say. But um, but you got to be careful about using words that just the vast majority of people don't know. And like I said, right on a fifth grade level. Okay, so we go 7 out of 10 new wholesalers give up before they ever close a deal. Okay, so that's an interesting kind of statistic, I guess. And some people would see that and go, they're nodding their head. Okay, I see what you're saying. And so that's, a lot of times in that when you have ads, you want people to just kind of follow along, and you go, okay, you're saying something that's like a truth. People are like, okay, I could see that, and maybe it may be new to them, but it's not so outlandish that they're like, what's going on. Although that does work in a lot of times. So I'm not saying don't do that, but okay. So using the traditional wholesaling method and relying on old school marketing tactics just don't work in 2024. Okay, I love this because whenever you can get specific about something, people are going to like tune in a little bit more. If you just say, these tactics don't work, or but if you say these tactics don't work in 24, but there's something else, the more people are going to not only tune in, but they're actually going to believe it because they know things don't work forever, right? They know, and so you're talking about, very recent history, 2024. I'm recording this in January, or actually February of 2025. I do believe this ad, I may have copied this back in December of 2024. But anyway, he's telling people what's not working in 2024, now there's something different. And so whenever you can get very specific about that, people just kind of like lean in a little bit more, and they see it as a little more believable. Like you're just not making some blanket statement. You're saying this didn't work in 2024. And people are like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I had a bad 2024. It totally sucked. So I agree with that. Okay, so imagine a whole new imagine a new wholesaling method that teaches you to. Okay, now you got this line, and just, kind of tempting you to read some more. And right here, this is so on Facebook you only have a few lines you can put in, and then you get the see more button. And then of course you can watch the video as well. So and then we'll just read the CTA just in case people are just kind of looking over the whole thing. So the stop wholesaling and do this instead. Okay, so he has quotes around wholesaling, which he's probably saying this is wholesaling, but not wholesaling. So whenever you're saying something not really, you go, those crazy people, you're not really saying they're crazy. There's maybe quotes. And so, and then this has changed the game for wholesalers. Okay, the only thing I would say in this bottom line, I would say this something, make it specific, like this new strategy, or this new tactic, or this new strategy in 2025. This new strategy in 2025 has changed the game for wholesalers. So you got to be very careful when you use the word this or these. Great, that's beautiful. It brings people into the copy and makes them curious a little bit. But you got to be specific. You got to say, instead of this is going to change your life, say this, new method of 2025 is going to change your life, or this, sock method is going to change your life, or this new way of drinking water is going to change your life, or something. You can't just say this is going to change your life. So just be a little more specific. Okay, so we're going to go. So we're reading this. We're going to hit see more, and so I have it on another image, and so we're going to zoom in. So basically, the previous ad ended, right here. Imagine a new wholesaling method that teaches you to, and then it says, find the hottest parts of our market to invest in before we get started. Um, okay, so I'm going to read a few more of these and I'm going to comment on what I see as kind of an issue. Okay, so it says, find the hottest parts of our market to invest in before we get started. Identify the cash cow buyers in our area so we know we have a built-in buyer. Okay, so they're looking for areas where they have built-in buyers. Okay, use the market demand to laser focus our marketing and slash our marketing costs. Okay, so I've already read three. They're all I, my commentary is going to apply to all five of these. Here's my issue. It says imagine a whole new that teaches you to, and then it starts referring to themselves, right? It says find the hottest parts of our market to invest in before we get started. So it almost sounds like you're plugging into maybe their pro, not so much their teaching program, but like a template they already have or something like that. And I don't think that's really what's going on after reading the sales page and also the book. So you're not really plugging into their system. Um, so all this hour market and before we get started, it's I think keeping the emphasis on you, the person who's watching this, it really needs to be done here, because it's kind of like you're not really sure what's going on here. Like, am I plugging into your system that you've already created? And why are you talking about you guys when you should be talking about me? So, okay, so find the pre-sold properties in our area. So is that your specific area? I mean, I can only invest in your area. What if I want to invest in one of my own areas? What if I have all these places I would like to invest in. So I'm only investing in your area because you said our area. So it's, I think I would say definitely change this. Make strategic offers to get accepted, but we can still assign them for monster profits. And, so it just goes on to this. Okay, so my new book outlines everything you need to know to get your first deal. Okay, this is great. I just think it's just a little, it's a little confusing because it's like, is it about you or is it about me? Because I want it to be about me. Okay, and then this is like a first frame of the video. Like I said, I can't show it, so we'll just go over here, and then we're going to go to the sales page. So stop wholesaling and do this instead. So I didn't talk about this before. Okay, so stop wholesaling. So he's not saying stop like wholesaling as we know it, like, and then go do something else, like go flip houses or, you know, do rentals or, anything like that. He's saying like kind of stop wholesaling as you traditionally know and do this instead. So which is great is whenever you say do this instead, you're already offering an alternative. It says, something like, stop dieting, stop breaking your neck dieting, do this instead. So when you when people say that in sales pages, the reader's already thinking, oh, okay, if I do this instead, it almost seems like it's a very simple alternative, a simple answer. It's like, stop the dieting, the exercising, and this and that, and da 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 da. Do this instead. It seems like a simple solution. Okay, so again, we talked about this line below. It says this has changed the game for wholesalers. Like I said, be a little more specific. Say this new strategy we've been using in 2024 has changed the game for wholesalers. Okay, learn more. So we're going to go to the sales page. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so let's just look at it from top to bottom. One, I like the six-figure wholesaler method. It's kind of got some branding, professional logo, which is great. The only issue I have is that it doesn't match what is up here. It doesn't have the six-figure wholesaler method. This is Brian Haskins. So a lot of times people are going to like, am I on the same page? Like, what's going on here? And they'll be like, gee, I was clicking on something from Brian Haskins, but I don't know. But the good thing is they're out very clearly talking about wholesaling, and that's the ad that you came from. A lot of people they'll change the branding and the wording and the heading, and they're completely mismatched. So the good thing about this is that we're talking about wholesaling, so it's not too much confusion. Um, Another thing about this top bar, I like support at six-figure wholesaler, so you can immediately contact them. It's not some anonymous kind of sales page that they're like, don't just, the only thing we want you to do is just, buy from us. Although this, you know, a lot of ways, some people say, well, maybe it's kind of a conversion leak because um, you're getting them to do something other than the main thing, which is to, click on the button and get the book. But if somebody's reaching out to you, that's a lead. That's what you want. That's all you want. Is you're looking for a lead. So I think that works really well. What you don't want to have is menu items that go to some other thing, some other product or a blog post or about us or something like that. That's not going to contribute to a lead. This support at six-figure wholesaler is definitely going to contribute to a lead. Okay, so here we go. Brand new handbook for wholesalers reviews. Beautiful. No complaints there. I think it's good. It's a new handbook. It's a handbook. You don't want to say like it's a book because people they're not gonna they don't want to download a big thick book that they gotta read. They're looking for something quick. If they wanted to read a book, they would go to Amazon and do some due diligence and search for a book on wholesaling, and then they can sit in their comfortable chair and read a 300-page book. If they're clicking on their ad and they're right here and they're interested, they're gonna want something small like a handbook. So that's beautiful. Okay, so here's how you can close more wholesale deals, make bigger profits. No, I'm sorry, make bigger profits and slash marketing costs with the six-figure wholesaling method. Okay, so this is some big promises here. You close more deals, make bigger profits slash marketing costs. And then you do it all with the six-figure wholesaling method. Okay, a couple of issues on this whole thing, and a lot of it has to do with, well, the headline and the book itself. Okay, so number one, bigger profits slash marketing cost. Those are good. Those are good promises. More wholesale deals. People want more. They're almost kind of the same. If you got more wholesale deals, you're probably going to make bigger profits. And if you slash your marketing costs, get more wholesale deals. But they all really work together here. Okay, now with the six-figure wholesaling method, here's my issue with that. Six figures is like the best headlines are ones that have like a mechanism, like how are you doing this, right? So the six figure is not really a how, it's more like the prize at the end of doing it, right? It's the benefit, which is not wrong, but if you could say something like with the counterintuitive, call-in method or something, or drive-by method, or the counterintuitive, something where it's because six figure, it's not really a method. Six figures is not a method. It's just is this what you get, right? A method is something is what you do, right? And so you want to have it where it's a lot of David Deutsch and a lot of copywriter gurus, although he doesn't want to be considered a guru, would say, what's the mechanism? How does this work? And so it would be better off if you said, I would say that, the something, like I said, the counterintuitive, callback method, or I don't even know really how they do their business, but it's got to be something how it's done and how you're. I mean, obviously the book is going to be how you do it differently than everybody else, hopefully, but we're not getting that in this headline. Okay, so let's go to the next line. This is the quickest and easiest path to a six-figure wholesaling business 2024. Beautiful. Problem is, it's 2025. Like I said, I don't remember. Oh, actually, no, I'm here live 2020. I'm here in February looking at this page right here. So probably need to update that. Okay, So here's my other issue. Okay, it says get the six-figure wholesaler method book um, for frankly absurd price of just $4.95. Beautiful. My issue is, not only do I look at copy, but I'm looking at design and I'm looking at user experience and functionality. This doesn't look like a button. It doesn't, it's just flat. It's just, I mean, my cursor changes when I get there, but it doesn't really look like a button. If you want somebody to click on it, maybe you should make it look like that. Okay. So now we get to we get the headline, we get the CTA, everything's above the fold, looks great. You get the logo, you got a way to contact them, and then if they contact you, I mean that's a lead. That's great. Um, okay, and it just kind of adds to like we're here to talk to you. We're not just trying to sell you a book or sell you a program. Like, look, if you want to talk your ear off, go ahead. And I think that you would want that because like you said, you just stick them in your on your list. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at more of the page. So from the desk of Brian Haskins. Okay, so now we're matching up to Brian Haskins up here. This is where we're matching up to Brian Haskins. Would you like to build a six-figure wholesaling business? And the answer is yes, I would. Great, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, so I would like to show you the most sophisticated wholesale blueprint on the market. This will be the aha moment of your life. Okay, this is all good. Once you've implemented this material, your days of wishing more freedom. This is where it gets a little weird. Okay, I'm gonna read this again because I stumbled over this a lot. Once you've implemented this material, your days of wishing for more freedom, being paid less than you want, and evenings spent worn out from work might be gone for good. I just think it's kind of maybe I would probably just put an ellipsis here. It just seems like it's awkwardly kind of presented. I mean, you're listing like these three things, like once you've implemented your material, I mean, this material, your days of wishing for more freedom might be gone forever. Your days of wishing for more free, it's like that's where it's complicated because it's like, no, I want more freedom, but you're right. I want the days that I'm wishing for more freedom to be gone because I don't want to keep wishing. I want more freedom. So it just kind of gets a little awkward there. You got to be careful about this. And then being paid less than you want might be gone forever. Okay, so it might be gone for good. So this is like being paid less than you want might be gone for good. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And evenings spent worn out from work might be gone for. I don't know. I stumbled over that numerous times, and it's just I don't know. I reformat it, maybe rephrase it. Okay. Here are a few takeaways you'll read when here's a few takeaways you'll get when you read my brand new book. Okay. So this is very good. I love what he's doing here because he's giving like bullet points and he's referencing the pages in the book. Okay, he's referencing all these pages. You're gonna find out this thing and you're gonna see it on page 3. And what is great about it is it makes it seem more real. Like they're just not saying, some stuff and then you're like, okay, well maybe it's in the book, maybe it's not. I don't know. But they're saying, no, this is in the book. And not only is it in the book, but you're going to find it on page 3. So I'm going to go through a couple of these because I think the copy could be a lot better. It's kind of lagging in a few ways. So let's just go with the first one. Discover 3 big reasons so many discover the 3 big reasons so many investors are struggling. Okay, let's just look at that. People write this all the time. The 3 big reasons, da 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 da. But you got to get a little more specific. I mean, what are those reasons? Now, you don't have to list them, but a little more, like a visual, like the 3 I don't know what reasons he has, but big, the big doesn't really tell me anything. You want to say that maybe getting back to the counterintuitive, the three counterintuitive, ways, and that may not even be good, but you want to get a little more specific on what you're saying. So discover the three big reasons so many investors are struggling. You know, what about the three big, um, you know, um, maybe financial, like the three big financial reasons, or three big productive habits, or three scheduling reasons, or something, three day-to-day reasons, three day-to-day, habits people are doing and are making them struggle, or something along those lines. I mean, like I said, those three reasons got to be in there, and there's got to be a better adjective than big. That's all I'm saying. Just to summarize, that's what I'm saying. I didn't read the book, but those reasons must be, you could collectively come up with a better adjective than big. Okay. So the old way of wholesaling is going extinct in 2024. Beautiful. I love it. This is great because you're giving reference to, you're not just saying, the old way is gone, blah, 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 blah. You're referencing a specific time. And if they're investing, let's just say they've been doing wholesaling for a while. They go, oh my God, 2024 totally sucked. Like nothing was working. Well, he's saying, yeah, it's going extinct. It's so yesterday that, yeah, of course, we're in agreement. It was a total disaster. How one simple tweak, um, like this thing has got to be more specific as well. Like one simple mailing tweak, or one simple marketing tweak, or one simple financial tweak, or one simple phone call tweak, or something like it just it's just generic. It's tweak is really generic in this case. So you see what I'm getting at? So if you just say one simple tweak, people are like, oh, I don't know, okay, great, it's a tweak. I mean, they can't get excited about a tweak, but if it's like one simple, Facebook tweak, or Facebook marketing tweak, or one simple, LinkedIn tweak to your profile, or whatever, or one simple, like I said, mailing tweak, if that's how they get contact, one simple, search, one simple tweak to your search or something. It's just nobody gets excited about a tweak. So, again, a generic. Here again, the cheat code. What kind of a cheat code? Okay. Is it the marketing cheat code? Is it the branding cheat code? Is it the financial cheat code? You know, it, it, like even putting in capital letters doesn't make it more exciting to me. The cheat code you can use in 2024 to get deals quicker and make bigger profits. Um, you know, that's great, but it's like you need to get more specific. So you see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it does, qualify this as like, okay, it's about getting deals quicker and make bigger profits. I mean, like, I guess it's, and I would say, any of these things. And here's the whole thing that kind of blows it for me. Like I said, I haven't read this book, but first of all, you're saying the cheat code to get deals quick. I would keep it it just sounds very generic, right? Just like the headline, you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get everything, and it's all on page 5, and it's one cheat code. I mean, that just sounds like a lot of BS, right? I would specify. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how it's written in the book, but I would specify and either make it deals quicker, leave it at that, or bigger profits. And then, while spending less on marketing is fine, because that you're not promising too much, because obviously, if you spend less money on marketing, you could probably make bigger profits. But it just sounds like almost like the headline. You're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, and you don't have to do this, and it sounds like bullshit. And so it's just after reading these three, it's just nothing like you're gonna tell me anything that's in this book that I really want because it's not grabbing me. Um, okay, yeah, the only wholesaling like who I mean I don't know who wrote this if it's like AI or some some kid in his basement. I mean the only wholesale strategy that works best in a changing market. It says why you need to start implementing it now. Okay, great. What just like give me something that I can hold like I can go, wow, that's really interesting. Just the fact that it's the only wholesaling strategy that works best in the changing market. It just I don't know. I don't even know what's written in here. I mean, it sounds like basically this doesn't even make me want to read the book because it's like it sounds bland. Like like you're gonna be wasting my time. There's like no name. There's no specific names or you know I, there's just nothing. I mean, I wish I could read the book so I could comment more on this page, but I'm not spending $4.95 on this book because based on this first couple bullet points, it sounds rather bland. Even if I was interested in wholesale. Okay, again, the simple tweak you can use to stay a few steps ahead of the changing market in your competition. How swipe all the deals. How swipe all the deals. I don't even know what the hell that means. Say a few steps. It's just all very bland, and also it just the fact that there's these. I mean, this whole like a lot of these things would seem like it would be more than one page, right? If it's a wholesaling strategy that works in best in the changing, I mean, you're going to really cover that in one page. I mean, you're like, I don't even see how that's going to happen. And right up here, it's like, wait, you're going to show me how, I mean, at least it says a cheat code. Okay, it's one little code, but I'm going to get quicker deals. I'm going to make bigger profits, you know, and it's all one page of a handbook. I'm not really buying it. I think, and then they just kind of go on and on and on. I mean, I think I love the strategy. Eugene Schwartz, I believe, calls these the fascinations, but there's way too many that are too bland. And here's the thing. I'm just going to say this now. So a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't write a lot of copy. You are darn right you shouldn't write a lot of copy if it's this kind of copy. But you should write long copy or a lot of copy if it answers objections. And people could have like 12, 15, 20 objections. That's what long copy does, is answer those objections. And it's got to be good copy. But if it's crap copy, then yes, don't write long copy. And that's what this is. These fascinations, bullet points, whatever you want to call them, are just at least the first 7 of them are really lame that I don't even want to go through the rest of them. I mean, it's painful. Maybe I'll shoot to the bottom. I will show you how MAO and generic formula are killing your deals and why you should never use it. Okay, this I don't even really know what this means, but if I was in the business, it would sound intriguing because here's the thing. First of all, you're saying something that's killing your deal. So, loss aversion, right? There's something you're already doing that is killing you. And usually if it's something you're already doing, people believe, and a lot of times they're right, that the solution is rather simple. It's easy to eliminate something to do something. So if I said this on a couple other videos. If you said, if you had let's just say a blog post, 10 ways to increase the value of your website. And then you're like, oh, gee, I don't know, maybe I got to write a blog or I got to write an about page. I got to put more photos. It involves doing something. But if you wrote 10 mistakes you're making on your website, you go, oh, that probably means deleting a photo, deleting a blog, deleting, it seems like you're going to like eliminate stuff, which seems a lot easier. In fact, an article would even be best instead of 10 mistakes you're making on your website, 10 things you can eliminate on your website to have the most fantastic website in the world. And then you're like, oh, wow, okay, all I need to do is eliminate, because that's easy. Taking things out is easy. Removing a photo is easy, But putting it on there is hard. You have to take the photo, and then you have to crop the photo, and then you got to upload the photo, and then you got to adjust it. But removing it, that's easy. So in this one, it says, okay, so anytime you can say you're making these mistakes and why you should never use them, you give the impression like, okay, you're making these. All you need to do is remove these mistakes. Get rid of these things that you're doing wrong. Okay, but I mean, this is like way at the end, and by this point, if I was reading this, you're killing me. And then it seems like they got a little lazy because here's the thing. Excuse me. Um, okay, so you want to okay. So let's just talk about using bold words. I'll just talk about the bold words. So the reason why you want to use bold words is to catch people while they're scanning, right? They're like, okay, okay, okay. Oh, I don't see any. Okay, so and you want to bold the words that grab people's attention. Like I almost any article that I write, if I use the word Facebook, it always gets bold because people, it's like a magnet. People just like, oh, Facebook. I want to know something about Facebook, even though it's old news today. Or the same applies to TikTok or anything that's just gonna grab their attention. Um, and so the three big reasons, this is not bad. Okay, how one simple tweak can make all the difference. Okay. Um, a lot of times you want to keep the what's bold probably 3 to 4 words. Um, you know, I would say maybe just bold all the difference in your success because that's what people want. That's the benefit, right? They want success. The tweak is the labor involved, right? So that's not that important. Um, because the idea, like I said, that the bold is to get people to stop and go, oh, what's all that about? Here we got the cheat code bold and caps and underline. I mean, you don't need to use all three of them. But anyway, that's for another time. Okay, the only wholesale strategy that works best in a changing market. Okay, not bad. Okay, so really what I wanted to comment was that so they got the words in bold that really capture your attention as you're scrolling. I use to build it all back. Okay. Complete. I mean, I don't know. None of these really like complete control. Like complete control. I guess that I want um, complete control. I guess I got. But anyway, the point is that I wanted to make, and I'm finally getting into it, is that all of that stopped. It's like this. Okay, okay. This is what. Okay, first of all, I do want to talk about a couple things. Number one, right here, that should be bold. Right there, $18,000. That should be bold. And then not only that, but these case studies. Um, I mean, case studies should be in bold. I mean, people want to read a case study because it's a real thing that really happened. They can follow along. It's kind of like it's like a movie, right? If you have a movie and it says based on a true story, like people are more intrigued, they're more interested in it because they're like, okay, somebody just didn't pull this out of their ass. It really happened. And so when you have case studies, it's kind of the same thing. You're like, well, you're just not making up something. You're not making up some benefit or grandiose promise. It's a case study, so it really happened. And so this is where you want to bold this. And I think somebody just probably got lazy and either I don't know if it was the copywriter or is it the designer or I don't know. Um, but these case studies, and I'm going to talk about this later, but there's like 4 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's 2 on one page, so I don't know how in depth they could be. I mean, this may be the whole case study as it is. But anyway, these are the important things. This is what really is going to grab people. Why this isn't bold. I mean, it almost should be like, you should just put a box around it and go case studies. And then you're going to read them in the book. Okay. So they stopped bolding things. Okay. I will show you how to use the market demand, what the buyers are buying to laser focus your marketing and slash your marketing costs. I don't know. It's not horrible if you could just get, I don't know, a little more specific. laser focus on your marketing slash marketing. Um, I would probably leave this out because it sounds like, oh, I got to do some work. I mean, it's not wrong to say that, but you want to kind of keep things kind of simple. Anyway, let's move on. So now we looked at these bullet points, fascinations, which are great. If you're selling a book, you got to have these. Because it's going to pull people into the book. Remember, you're selling you're selling a book or giving away a book. I mean, and people confuse like one, you're trying to sell you're trying to sell the concept of what it is you're doing, like whatever your formula is. You're trying to sell yourself, like you're the authority, and then you're selling the book. Um, but people can buy into what it is you're doing, and they can buy into you, but they might not even buy into your book because they're like, well, I watched your YouTube videos, or I did this, or I saw your website. Like, what do I need another book for? So you really, really got to sell the book. And if you're a nobody, all the more reason to sell the book. Don't spend too much time on your site. If nobody knows you, which could be the case for this guy. He's not like Tony Robbins. So a large number of people don't know who he is. So you really, really got to sell. Like this book is going to change their friggin' lives. And I'm just not seeing it. It's just not there. Okay, so since we come down to this page, okay, so we got a call to action. I love it. It's got this little animation going, beautiful. It says, all right, I've read enough. Please just take my money and let me read this thing. Beautiful. I like it. It's a good call to action. It's in yellow and it's kind of moving about, so it looks like it's a clickable button. So let's go over to the other side and look at what we got here on the sidebar, which is great. I like the formatting. I really do like the formatting on this sales page. Sidebar. Okay, so a book for wholesalers who want better profits and more deals. Okay, again, you got to be careful about your copy. I mean, it's just don't throw words out there. Better profits. What does that mean? What does better profits mean? Is some profits better than others? I mean, if you got profits in gold, is that better than profits in cash? I don't know. I mean, what does better mean? Or is one set of profits sitting on a bed of feathers better than another set of profits sitting on a bed of coal? What do you mean better? Bigger, more? Now that I can get on board with that. More profits, yes, I want more profits. Bigger profits, yes, I want bigger profits. But better, I'm like better. I don't know. And then more deals. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I guess that's okay. Because people know that more deals means more profits. But again, more deals means probably more work. So, but I guess I don't have too much of an issue with that. I would maybe like qualify it a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, do they just want more deals? I would say, here's the thing. What I would say is switch those words around, right? More profits, better deals. Because that's what really people, I mean, because if they had 1,000 shitty deals, they don't want that. But if they had 100 good deals or better deals, they would want that. So they want better deals, more profits. So somebody got their words mixed around there. I don't know what happened, but somebody needs to double check on that. Okay. So let's take a look at, okay, so they got the graphic of the book. Okay, I see this a lot. Not sure if I'm in total agreement with it. So we already looked at the fascinations and the bullet points. They go up to page 43. And we've already looked at the fact that this was a handbook. Now I'm seeing a big, thick textbook. It looks like a big, thick hardcover textbook that I would get in school. And it looks like it could be 250, maybe 300 pages. It's not, I don't know. Do I want to sit down and read this whole textbook on a bunch of stuff you didn't really even tell me about, but it's not really all that interesting. I don't know. Okay, but let's take a look at the bonuses because I really like what they have for the bonuses. So number one, okay, the only $4.95, so you're only showing out $5. Great. included with your wholesale six-figure wholesaler method purchase. Um, yeah, again, like the title, it just doesn't grab me. I mean, six figures, is that six figures a year, a month? I mean, what if it was five figures a month? I mean, what if it was five-figure wholesaler method, and it was really five figures a month? I don't know. Doesn't really grab me, but that's what they're going with. So that's what we got here, and that's what we're gonna review. Six figure. Okay, so they got the audio book. Beautiful. That's a great bonus. One of the things about bonuses is people, when they put a bonus in there, they just add more stuff that they could have added into the regular product, right? In the regular book. And it's really not really a bonus. You want a bonus that feels like it's not really part of the book, but it helps you, um, it's kind of an adjunct to the book. Either helps you after reading the book, it helps you succeed. So if you said, once you get all these deals, now we got this organizer for you. It's like, because you're gonna have so many deals, you're gonna need this organizer. So the book comes with this organizer. Um, okay, so the audiobook, beautiful. It's an alternative. It's a great bonus, and it's got a lot of value to it. Okay, negotiation and sales mastery series. I don't know what that's going to be. I mean, it just shows like a little laptop. And again, this is like one of those things that you probably could have put in the book. I mean, is it just me reading stuff? Because there's just me reading stuff that seems like it could have been part of the book. Why isn't it? Okay, bonus number 3, private only membership community. Beautiful. This is not something you can put in the book, right? So this is a real bonus. It's a community. It's a Facebook community. I'm assuming that is. It's got a little logo there. And then let's see. Bonus. Okay, so that's beautiful. Like I said, it's just not like more of the same. Wholesaler calculator. Again, like you can't put that in a book. It's got to be a real functioning, calculator. So that's another great bonus. It adds to the value of the book, and you wouldn't normally see it in the book. And then the checklist. Now, this thing could be part of the book, but also it'd be nice to have it not part of the book, right? Let's just say the book is like a big PDF, 50 pages, and the checklist is at the end. Well, you don't want to keep opening up this PDF and scrolling all the way down the 50 pages to get the checklist. You would like it as maybe a separate document. So that's a beautiful, bonus that's actually a real bonus. So let's move down. Here's the guarantee. Money back guarantee. I love it. This is great. You got to have a guarantee. Let's see. If you are unhappy with your purchase of the six-figure wholesaler method for any reason whatsoever, we don't want you to pay for it. Beautiful. We're 100% serious about this. If you contact support, okay. If you contact support, this is great because they primed us, right? This is a priming tactic. They put support up here, right? Because with this, where you can see at the bottom of my screen is that it's an actual email address, right? And it says support at brianhaskins.com. So they've already primed us that they're open to getting emails. So when they have this guarantee, this just adds to the believability of this guarantee. Because a lot of people say, well, just email us or in contact. And you look at the bad reviews on like Trustpilot, and the support is awful. But here it's just, like I said, they primed us. We can talk about that in other videos, but like priming people to get them to believe something you want them to believe without saying it up front. And that's really, and I don't know if they intentionally did that, but that's a priming method, right? They have that. Now you're reading it and you're like, well, that seems very believable. Okay, if you contact support, we will refund every dollar of your investment. Beautiful. Because we don't really care about your $4. I love this because now so now you're not paying $5. Like I round up, right? I'm a guy who rounds up. I look at this and I say $5. But really, the reason why people use this pricing methodology everywhere, not just online, gurus or whatever, like in supermarkets and everything, because people, they just round down, right? They go, oh, I paid $4. No, you actually paid closer to $5, way closer to $5 than you did $4. But most people would just, they round down to whatever this number is because it's just mentally easier, to do the math. Like I said, I always round up because I know that's what I'm paying. But a lot of people, and I even correct people, they're like, "Oh, it's $4." I'm like, "No, it's $5," because I'm kind of crazy like that. Okay, so, but they say it right here. We don't care about your $4. Beautiful, I love it. So they're just kind of reinforcing something that you may have already done. I'm like, oh yeah, it's $4. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so here we get to who Brian Haskins is. Um, he's the creator of the wholesaling method. Okay, blah blah blah. For 20 years, that's pretty good. That's a really good credibility. And he says, I help wholesalers and house flippers drastically improve their return on investment ratio. Okay, that's important. So that's why I want to read through this carefully. You've heard of return on investment, ROI, right? Well, return on effort is a powerful new framework we started tracking. I love this because I haven't really heard much about this, and I'm sure most people haven't heard of return on investment, but there is a return on your effort. And I used to work for a place, they would have these long webinars on Saturdays, like 7 hours long. And I would say, you can't sell it like a 1 hour webinar, like or on-demand webinar. You have to sell it like people are putting in their effort, right? So it's not just about the money. People would say, well, it's free, so we don't have to write a lot of copy. And I'm like, no, there's gonna be a lot of objections to spending 7 hours on a Saturday on a specific date. There's gonna be a lot of objections. So you need to have copy to convince them to do that because there's effort involved. There may not be a cost involved, but there's effort. There's a cost of time, and the people we were catering to were very well, educated and wealthy people, and time is money. So you got so effort. I love this return on investment because some people they're only thinking about money, and a lot of people, there's a lot of gurus in the real estate investment money in the world. It's either like you have money, you have a lot of money to invest, and you can do X, or if you don't have a lot of money in X, but you have to do a lot of work to get what you want. So you either get the money or you get the effort. And then nobody really talks about the actual ROE, the return on effort. And so he's kind of it almost he's I mean, to me it looks like he's coined the phrase. He's not making claim to it, but that's the first time I've heard it. So in my mind, he's kind of coined that phrase and that whole strategy. So I really like what they have there. Um, it's and this introduction to Brian is pretty simple. Sometimes they just drag on and on about a lot of credentials that really don't matter to people. Like awards and stuff like that. It's just I don't know. Is that really going to help me? I don't know. So I'm okay with this. It's not bad. It's short and sweet. A lot of times you don't want to read too much about. You want to know like what's in it for me, and it's a handbook for $5, right? I sell the handbook. You don't need to sell me the person. Sell me the handbook. Okay. So um, so a lot of I would say the bonuses. You got the best thing going here. You haven't really talked about the mechanism of what you're doing. It's just you're selling me like the prize, like the big benefit, the big promise maybe. It's just and then this part is okay. The bonuses I think are great. The reason why I'm rehashing this is because the rest of this page it I don't know. I'm not really sure if it's even necessary, and it kind of falls apart. Um, anyway, so here he explains when your ROE is dialed in, here's what happens. You earn more money. Um, so what I'm going to do right now, because we're running close to an hour, and I've only covered half the page, and I was hoping to cover this whole page in this one session, but I am going to make this a two-parter, and this being part one, because there is actually some good stuff that does need to be addressed. There's some before and after. So this is before, and he's got the after, which is great. You got to have that. And then we got to talk about the testimonials. These are not presented very well. Just seem kind of slapped up there. And then some of the copy, I think you could probably just cut. Anyway, so we're going to do that in part two. This is part one of the wholesaler method from Brian Haskins. The six-figure wholesaler method from Brian Haskins is part one. And we will continue this in part two. So thanks for hanging out.